Hey guys, it is a snowy Thursday here in Elyria, Ohio. The snow is falling and it's probably not going to stop, and it is cold, and that's what winter's about, and I'm okay with that. So today we're going to talk about disconnect or disconnecting. Today's the 16th. In 4 days, I will be leaving on a 7-day cruise. During that cruise time, we're going to be stopping in places in Mexico and the Honduras. Now, that sounds nice, right? And it's going to be warm. And some of you I know are like, man, that's amazing. But the big thing is not the fact that I'm going on a cruise. The big thing is that when I go on the cruise, I disconnect from the rest of the world. Why is that important? Because if you don't take time to disconnect and take care of yourself, you're not going to be any good for anybody else. I have shared that with you guys often, but let me try to make it make sense. So if I were to gas up my car, right, and I try to do it weekly, or sometimes I let it get to empty, and then I say to my husband, oh, I have to gas up in the morning, knowing that he's going to do it, right? Because he's just that kind of man. But anyhow, when I go to gas up my car, if I took the mentality that I'm going to gas up this car and I'm going to go wherever I want for the next month on this tank of gas, then I'm going to be stuck somewhere eventually, because we do a lot of driving. We go to Toledo once a week at least. We go to Cleveland once a week at least. And I drive to work every day. So if I was under the mistaken impression that I could gas up my car one time and then continue to drive for as long as I want without having to get more gas, then you guys would think that I wasn't the brightest person in the world. And I kind of pride myself on being kind of intelligent. If we realize that we need to keep putting gas in our car, that we need to keep rejuvenating it, that we need to keep giving it what gives it energy, that we need to keep putting into our car what is best to help it keep going, if we decided not to give our car an oil change, if we decided not to give our cars a tune-up, eventually those cars are going to wear down. So why is it that we tend to take better care of our cars than we do of ourselves? So part of the reason I go on this cruise, and I've been doing it once a year now, is because I need to refuel. I need to rejuvenate. I need to stop hearing the noise of the outside world, whether good or bad, and I need to just spend time away. Now, some of you will go on cruise and you get the internet package, so you can stay in contact. Carla's not that one. So if you're trying to reach me anytime between the 20th and the 27th, you're not going to get me, because when I say I'm disconnecting, I'm disconnecting. Guys, if something happens back home, good or bad, there's nothing I can do about it anyhow. First of all, I can't swim, so I can't even say, oh, I'll swim the ocean to try to help you. That would be a lie, and I'm not going to lie to you. There's nothing I can do, because I'm not going to be back here until the 28th. So why would I take the pressures from what would happen if I was home if I'm trying to get away and disconnect? Understand, for those of you that work with me, for those of you that are on projects with me, for those of you that are friends, loved ones of me, you want me to have this break because it helps make me a better person. Here's what I'm challenging you to do. Now, I'm not saying everybody can go on a cruise. People are going to be like, cruises are expensive. Trust me, I know, and I'm not a rich woman. That's why I started paying on this cruise in March of last year, so it wouldn't hit as hard. But what I do know is you've got to get away sometimes. Even if it's for a weekend, you've got to disconnect. You've got to get off social media. You've got to be able to spend time feeding you and taking care of you. Because too many times we don't. And then we try to stretch ourselves thin to be everything we need to be for everybody else. And inside, you're dying. I read a story this morning about a tree. And this family had suffered a bad storm. And when they woke up in the morning, their big, beautiful tree was fallen in the backyard. And when they called the tree surgeon, he said, oh, this tree has been rotten and diseased for years. Now, the outside outside of the tree looked amazing. It looked beautiful. It still gave shade. But the inside of the tree was rotting. And therefore, that tree was going to eventually fall anyhow. Guys, don't be that tree. Don't allow yourself to look so great on the outside and doing everything for everybody on the outside, and inside you're slowly rotting because you chose not to take care of yourself. Take some time. Do what you need to do. Now, this also means that for that week, I won't be doing Carla's Comments, but I got a bunch of them on YouTube. Just look up Carla's Comments. They are just me doing these things. I kicked them over there. If you missed some, you can go back and get them. I've been doing these since July, so there is a lot of them on there if you just want to hear my mouth. If not, I will see you back